Jamie, I can think of a few things I enjoy more than coming to the library.
Really? How come?
Because it has everything. I like books, magazines, information about all kinds of things.
What is this thing here?
Well, it's a microfilm viewer. You can see the library took little pictures of every edition of the Odyssey Times newspaper, and they put those pictures on microfilm. Now, I want to look at all the articles about Odyssey. Bank robberies written back in 1946. Now, let's look and see what they say. Here they are. Odyssey Bank was robbed in the middle of the night on June 2nd, 1946. It was estimated that $25,000 was stolen by one, possibly two thieves, according to bank manager Lawrence Frederick. You know, I remember reading in the paper a few years ago about Mr. Frederick retired from the bank and lives up on Chadwick Hill.
Chadwick Hill?
Oh, I forgot, you're just visiting. Chadwick Hill is a very old, well-to-do part of town. Let's see what else the article says here. New police recruit, Ralph Howard.
Inspector Howards.
Was doing his rounds and apparently knocked unconscious by the men when they were coming out of the building. He couldn't confirm the number of bank robbers or what they looked like. Well, that's interesting. The inspector didn't mention any of that this morning.
So what do we do now?
I think we should go see Mr. Frederick. Maybe he remembers a few things I didn't mention in the article.
Wow, Mr. Frederick must be rich. Look at this mansion.
Well, I think it was handed down to him by his parents.
It doesn't look like he takes very good care of it. It almost looks deserted.
Well, let's hope it's not.
It's kind of spooky, isn't it? I mean, it looks like one of those haunted houses in the movies or something.
Now, don't scare yourself, Jamie. It's just a house. Well, I guess no one is home.
Somebody is.
Oh, the wind must have blown the door open. Hello? Mr. Frederick? Anybody home?
What was that? Sounded like somebody got hurt.
Well, he's an old man. He might need some help. Now you wait here.
Alone? No way. I'm going with you.
Well, all right. Hello? Mr. Frederick? It's Jane Avery Whittaker from town. Are you all right? Hello?
Mrs. Whittaker, look.
Interesting. Mr. Frederick must be a collector.
What are they? They look like they're from Africa or something.
Well, you're probably right. Tribal masks, statues, ancient warrior weapons, darts.
Don't take another step or I'll call the police. Now, what are you two doing in my house?
The door opened when we knocked on it. I heard you cry out. Thought you might be in trouble.
Stub my toe is all. Now, what are you doing here? What do you want?
We just wanted to talk to you.
And why would anyone want to talk to me? I bet you after my collection.
Oh, no, not at all. Though it's very fascinating. You see, I wanted to talk to you about the Odyssey bank robbery back in 1946. You were the bank manager.
You don't think I know that? I was a manager of the bank for 35 years until they forced me to retire.
I thought you could tell me a little bit about what happened back then.
Tell you? Tell you what? They broke into the middle of the night and took $25,000 of my bank's money.
Do you know how they broke in?
They got in through a back window, cut the alarm system wire. Alarm systems weren't as good back in the day as they are today, but I don't want to talk about it anymore. Nearly lost my job over that robbery.
Really? Why?
Because president of the bank thought I was careless. He thought I'd let it slip where the alarm box was. It was supposed to be a secret, you know. Only people who were supposed to know where that alarm box was hidden was me, the bank president, and the police. Personally, I think it was an inside job.
What do you mean, an inside job?
I think somebody in the police force tipped the robbers off, maybe for a share of the money. But I'm not saying any more, and you two are getting out of my house. Now go!
We're going. Well, thank you for your help.
He's not very nice. And with all that African tribal stuff, I think he's weird.
He's not weird, Jamie. Probably just lonely.
Uh-oh. You got a parking ticket on your windshield.
I did, but this isn't a no parking area. Let me take a look. It's some kind of note.
What does it say?
It says, "Leave well enough alone."
What does the note on Whit's windshield mean? Will Whit and Jamie ever find out who robbed the Odyssey Bank? We'll find out when we return to today's Adventures in Odyssey.